Say a word out loud. The air in front of you trembles, just a little, and then it goes still. Now imagine that tremble needs to travel through wires across a city into someone's ears years from now. But wires don't carry air, they carry electricity. So somewhere, something has to listen to the faint shimmer of the air and turn it into a current. That something sits in front of singers, podcasters, and you. Let's slice one open and watch the handoff. Here's the gap we have to cross. Sound is motion. It's air being pushed and pulled, a soft pressure that fades within a few feet. Recording is electricity. It's a current flowing in copper, a signal we can store, send, and replay. The two have almost nothing in common. One is moving air, the other is moving charge, so a microphone is really a translator. Its only job is to take the shape of a sound wave and rewrite it as the shape of an electric current. When you speak, you don't send air flying across the room. You send a pattern. Each sound pushes the nearby air into a tiny crest of high pressure, then leaves a dip of low pressure right behind it. Crest, dip, racing outward at about 760 miles an hour. By the time this pattern reaches the microphone, it has grown faint, but its rhythm is intact. The shape of your voice is still written in the trembling air, waiting to be read. Just inside the metal grill sits a thin disc called the diaphragm. It is light, flexible, and stretched tight like the skin of a drum. When a pressure crest arrives, it pushes the diaphragm inward. When the dip follows, the diaphragm springs back out. So this little membrane copies the air, move for move. Loud sounds shove it far. Quiet sounds barely stir it. High notes flutter it quickly. The diaphragm is now dancing the exact dance of your voice, only in miniature. Glued to the back of the diaphragm is a tiny coil of fine copper wire, wound in many tight loops. It weighs almost nothing, so it follows the diaphragm without any lag. Every time the membrane moves in and out, the coil rides along with it, sliding back and forth a fraction of a millimeter. On its own, that coil does nothing special. It's just wire. But because of where it sits, that small motion is about to matter. The coil is hanging inside a hidden field. Surrounding that coil is a permanent magnet, shaped so its invisible field passes straight through the loops of wire. Picture countless field lines stretched across a narrow gap, completely still. The coil sits right inside that gap, bathed in magnetism. Nothing is touching. There are no gears, no sliding contacts, just a coil suspended in a field. And here is the quiet trick of physics that makes the whole device possible. A wire and a magnet, moving past each other, do something remarkable together. It's called electromagnetic induction. When a wire moves through a magnetic field, the field nudges the electrons inside that wire, pushing them along its length. Move the wire one way, the electrons drift one way. Move it back, they reverse. Since our coil is wiggling exactly as the diaphragm wiggles, the magnet keeps shoving its electrons back and forth in perfect time. A current is born, not from a battery, but from pure motion. The sound itself is now powering a faint electric flow. Look closely at what that current looks like. When the diaphragm moves far, the current swings high. When it barely moves, the current stays low. Fast flutters become fast wiggles in the signal. Slow swells become slow ones. The electricity isn't just on or off. It rises and falls in the exact shape of the original sound wave. We call it an analog signal because it is an analogy, an electric echo that mirrors the air, point for point, instant for instant. There is a catch. This signal is tiny. The coil moves only a hair, so the current it makes is incredibly weak, measured in thousandths of a volt. Send it straight to a speaker, and you'd hear almost nothing. The translation worked, but the message is a whisper. Before it can be stored or broadcast, this fragile little current has to be made much stronger, without changing its delicate shape. That job belongs to the next stage in the chain, waiting just downstream. That stage is the preamplifier. Think of it as a careful magnifier for electricity. It takes the coil's faint current and boosts it many times over, lifting a whisper up to a normal speaking level. The key word is careful. A good preamp enlarges every wiggle by the same amount, so the loud and quiet parts keep their balance. Nothing new is added and nothing is reshaped. The voice stays the same voice, just turned up to a strength the rest of the system can use. In anything digital, one more step waits. A chip called an analog to digital converter measures the boosted signal thousands of times every second. For music, it often samples 44,100 times a second, noting the exact height of the wave at each instant. Every measurement becomes a number. The smooth electric wave turns into a long list of values, a sound made of digits. Now your voice can live inside a file, copied perfectly, sent anywhere, and rebuilt on demand. So follow the whole handoff. Your voice pushes a pattern of pressure through the air. That pattern presses on the diaphragm, which copies it as motion. The attached coil carries that motion into a magnet's field. Induction turns the motion into a faint electric current, shaped like the sound. The preamplifier strengthens it gently, and the converter measures it into numbers. Air to membrane to coil to current to amplifier to digits. 6 quiet steps, and a spoken word becomes something we can keep. A microphone never really hears you. It just feels the air tremble and lets a magnet translate that tremble into electricity. The next time you see one, picture the tiny coil inside, dancing in a magnetic field, turning your breath into a current. This was the Cutaway.